Hi, my name is Boluwatife, but some of you know me as BB, and that's cute. I'm a content creator, a fashion designer. Sometimes I act, and I feel like I'm a bit of other things that I don't even know yet. How has life been as a creative for me? This is a very good question, right? Because many people always don't realize that being a creative is not just in the name creative or content creator. It is actually a lifestyle. So life as a creative for me is more like a lifestyle, because I won't say I breathe creativity, so to say, but somehow I do that, right? Because sometimes when I'm on the machine sewing, an idea will just come out. I just say myself, this is what we're doing, this is what we're not doing. So practically, life as a creative has been a roller coaster. There have been ups, there have been downs. There have been times where I feel like not creating. I'm like, oh, okay, everybody should just shut down. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to film. I don't want to edit. I don't even want to show up on Instagram. You all should get out. And there are times where I am bubbling with ideas, content are just dropping and all of that. So practically, it's just a way of life, and we need to understand that as much as we enjoy creating, there are times where we just feel like we don't want to create, or we just feel like we should rest, and that is actually normal. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a rest when you feel like you've exhausted yourself so much and you're beginning to lose your creativity, more like you're entering a creative block. So practically, creating is a lifestyle. Have there been times that I've wanted to give up? Yes. I could remember there was a time, I think that was in 2022, when I started creating content like full-time. Not full-time, so to say, but like when I started being intentional about content creation. So my reach was, I think, 11,000 accounts. So as at that time, my content reached 11,000 accounts. Then the next day, it reduced to 9,000, and I was so sad. I actually cried. I cried. I'm like, see, I'm not even doing it again, because what is Mark doing with Instagram? Why is my content not reaching a lot of people? But what kept me going was the reason I started, which is for me to impact life, for me to imbibe values in other people. And I won't say because my account is not reaching a lot of people, or because my videos are not reaching a lot of people, so to say, I will now stop. And one thing I have come to realize is that creativity or the content you create are not short-term. They are like they're for long-term purposes, because there are times that the video that you shoot today and post will not even go viral. Maybe you come back to it maybe months later and you see that the video is going viral. That is to show you that creating content or the videos that you shoot now don't necessarily have to impact all the lives that it has to impact now. It is for a long-term purpose. If I were to go back to do something better or change something, I think it would be to be more consistent. Because I could remember far back in 2020 when I started creating content on TikTok. I was always creating content. Sometimes I post like 4 times a day, but it got to a point where I just stopped. And sincerely, I don't know why I stopped. I really don't know why I stopped. Maybe because I wasn't enjoying it anymore. But if I were to correct something if I were to go back in time to correct anything, to be my consistency and more like creating content for value, and not because I want to go viral or because I want people to see me and smile, but because I want people to watch my content and get value out of it. What advice would I give to someone just starting up? First off, you need to know the reason you are starting. Why are you starting content creation? Are you starting because your friends are starting? Are you starting because you feel like you look good in front of the camera? You need to answer this question genuinely. And mind you don't need to get your answer immediately. I mean, it can take days, weeks, months to get your answer. But once you get your answer as to why you are creating, it kind of pushes you to create even when the environment you are, or even when the situation you find yourself is not motivating you to create. So practically, my advice is, first off, why are you creating? And when you already find the reason you are creating, you have to be consistent. I know you've heard this before. Consistency is key, but this is coming from somebody that have been consistent somewhat, and I am seeing the results. You need to be consistent, and besides being consistent, you also need to put in value. Nobody wants to watch any content that does not have value in it. You might be smiling or you might be dancing in front of the camera and still not give out value. So find the reason you are creating content, be consistent, and ensure that everything you are doing brings out value. Thank you. So how do I manage trend and believe as a Christian creative? So this will take me back to my purpose of content creation in the very beginning. So practically, my purpose for content creation is to see that lives are changed by the what's the word now? Is to see that lives are changed by the virtue of my content. I mean that they get to meet the person of Jesus through my content. So sometimes I don't do trend because I won't say the trend is worldly, so to say, but it doesn't just align with my faith as a believer. So merging trend and being a Christian creative is usually hard because there are times where you would want to merge trend and the trend, or it might even be a sound, and the sound is going viral, yeah, but it does not align with your values as a creative. So sometimes I just do what is right, yeah, and leave it to go. Sometimes I don't even bother about my videos going viral. Sometimes I do though, but yeah. So practically, just know, like I said, you just have to know the reason you are creating. But since you know that the reason you are creating is because you are a Christian creative and you are called to impact lives, yeah, you have to make sure that any trend that you are going for has to be in line with your faith or your belief. You don't have to go out of your belief because you want to trend or because you want to go viral. My name is Boluwatife, but some of you know me as BB, and that's cute. I'm a content creator, a fashion designer. Sometimes I act and I do other things that I've never discovered yet. And you can follow me on Instagram at _b.e.e.b.e.e. Thank you.